There's a force inside you, something God put there. It's been placed in your heart to change the world. It's been growing inside you. Now is the time to let it out. You were born to lead. But if you don't sharpen your mind, you won't fulfill your destiny. They lead to lift others. Leadership is not about titles, it's about towels. It's about rolling up your sleeves and serving others. Discipline is the difference between wishing for greatness and walking in it. Everybody wants to shine. Everybody wants to be famous. Everybody wants to be successful. But not everybody is willing to do what it takes to get there. Discipline is hard work. Discipline is denying yourself so you can delay gratification. But we trust in the name of the Lord, our God. Great leaders don't think about how other people will remember them. They think about how they will change the world for the better. Legacy is not about you. It's about the people you impact, the lives you change, the systems you create. Great leaders build something that speaks long after they're gone. It could be a movement, a family, a ministry, a generation. When you think about the world's greatest leaders, what comes to mind? What do you admire about them? Chances are you admire their character, their courage, their commitment. That's what legacy is about. Think about the things you want to accomplish in life. Think about the difference you want to make in the world. Think about the impact you want to have. That's your legacy, and it all starts with your mindset. The greatest leaders know their strength comes from a higher source. They walk by faith, not by sight. The Bible says, faith is being sure of what we hope for and certain of what we do and see. Faith is not wishful thinking. It's trusting God when everything looks dark. It's believing in God's promises when you don't feel like it. It's leaning on God's strength when your own is gone. When others panic, they pray. When others give up, they press on. When others are afraid, they step out in faith. They don't just have vision, they have God's vision. They don't just speak words, they speak God's words. They don't just raise armies, they raise God's army. Faith is the fuel that keeps a true leader going when nothing else makes sense. It's being committed to excellence. The world's greatest leaders master themselves before they lead anyone else. They know that if they can't control themselves, they can't control others. They pray when others sleep. They study when others scroll. They work when others quit. You need the right mindset. You don't need to be born great. You need to think great. Start with vision. Grow daily. Serve people. Stay disciplined. Be resilient. And keep your faith strong. Build for legacy. Because the world is waiting for a new kind of leader. And that leader is you. Comment below with the mindset that hits you the most. Share this video with someone who has leadership in them. And don't forget subscribe for more content that helps you grow in purpose, power, and faith. And the reason they're able to do that is because they have self-discipline. You might think that your current age or your current situation prevents you from rising. Here's the thing, it doesn't. Great leaders rise at all ages. If you want to be a great leader, you need a strong discipline mindset. If you want to lead, you need to learn how to lead yourself. You don't have to have a position to be a leader. You don't have to be older to lead, but they don't stay down. Great leaders fail forward, they fail better. They fail faster. They know failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of it. Here's the thing, setbacks are inevitable, but they shouldn't be permanent. When life hits them hard, they get up harder. When others quit, they keep pressing on. When others give up, they keep going. How many times have you fallen down? How many times have you faced rejection? How many times have you thought you weren't good enough? The truth is, we've all been there. The difference between you and great leaders is that they get back up when they fall. Resilience is not in your muscles, it's in your mind. You don't have to be stronger to lead. You just have to be willing to serve. The world honors loud leadership. But the most powerful leaders are the ones who serve in silence. Most people want to be served, they never want to serve. But here's the thing, great leaders don't ask, how many follow you? They ask, how many did you lift? Do you want to be followed or do you want to lift people? You can't be both a follower and a leader. Think about the people that you look up to. Who are your heroes? Who are your role models? I'm willing to bet that each one of them has a strong service mindset. They lead to lift others, so if you want to be a leader, start by serving those around you. Greatness is not a talent, it's not luck, it's a mindset. The world's greatest leaders didn't rise by accident. They built their success on how they think, how they see, and how they act. This teaching is gonna change your life. It's the 7 mindsets of the world's greatest leaders. 1. The vision mindset. They see what others can't. Leaders see beyond the present. They don't just look at where they are. They focus on where they could be. In 2006, after Hurricane Katrina devastated New Orleans, most people saw destruction. They say, "What's next?" They know comfort zones are danger zones. Because the moment you stop learning, you stop leading. There are 2 kinds of people in the world, the haves and the have-nots. But here's the thing, the haves are just like the have-nots once. They started somewhere. They all begin as have-nots. So how did they become the haves? Learning. Every single one of us has access to free education. Some of us are able to go to good schools because of our parents or because of our situation. But what really matters isn't your starting place. What matters is your finishing place. Because here's the truth, growth is not a one-time event. It's a daily decision. Are you choosing to learn, unlearn, and relearn? But one man saw opportunity. He was a former NFL player. Others saw a city broken by disaster. He saw athletes eager to escape a failing education system. He saw businesses desperate to rebuild. He had a vision. And today, through his nonprofit organization, he provides full scholarships to deserving high school students. And his foundation has invested millions back into New Orleans. It wasn't money that made him a great leader. It was vision. Great leaders don't wait for perfect conditions, they start with a vision. Vision gives pain a purpose. Vision turns pressure into movement. It keeps you grounded when storms come. Where others see impossibility, leaders see opportunity. If you want to lead, listen closely. Don't just chase money. Don't just chase status. Chase vision, big, bold, God-given vision. Listen again. Where others see impossibility, leaders see opportunity. 2. The growth mindset. They learn, unlearn, and relearn. The world's greatest leaders are learners. They never say, "I know enough." 3. The service mindset. 4. The discipline mindset. They do what others avoid. 5. The resilience mindset. They rise every time they fall. All great leaders fail. 6. The faith mindset. They trust God when the path is dark. Psalm chapter 20 verse 7. Some trust in chariots, some in horses. Number 7. The legacy mindset. They build what outlives them. World-class leaders don't just live for applause, they live for impact. Here's the thing, success is not what you leave behind. It's who you raise up. You don't need more followers to lead.